Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Yvonne from Texas. Yvonne matched with a man named Robert on the dating app Tinder. The two fell in love and carried on with an online relationship for a couple of months. Robert, he was the perfect guy, but he just seemed to always run into problems. Yvonne started to become suspicious of Robert, thinking he might not be who he claimed to be after he offered to send her $10,000. Let's see if we can uncover the true identity of this mysterious man, Robert. Real quick, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hi there, my name is Yvonne. I am a 68-year-old single woman. I have a grown son. I live in far southeast Texas, and I've been a paralegal for a really long time. I had been in a bad marriage a long time ago with an alcoholic, and so I hadn't dated for about 10 years, and I had sort of given up the idea of even doing that, especially at my age. And a friend of mine coaxed me into this. I lost about 50 pounds. I started working out. I started focusing on myself, and I thought, well, I should give it another try. In September, I went on Tinder to see if I could meet someone after not having dated for about 10 years. My pictures weren't fancy. They were just selfies. So I got lots of likes and lots of messages. And I started talking to this person named Robert. And he was a very nice looking, a little bit younger man. He was very polite and very kind, seemed intelligent. Robert's first message to me was, hi there, you're so beautiful. I just had to write to you and tell you that. And I said, you know, of course, I tried to be nonchalant and said, oh, thanks, appreciate it. You're a nice looking man. What are you up to? And he was 52 and I'm sorry, 57 and I'm 68. I've dated on the internet way in the past. And the only thing guys want to do is talk dirty or have a hookup. And this fellow did not talk dirty at all. He did not want phone sex. I should have known something was up immediately, but I just didn't. He knew exactly what to say and how to say it. He, you know, I don't know how, but he did. First, he told me that he was a construction manager and that he had a job in Dallas that he was headed towards. We continued to talk. He called me on the phone. He wrote me nice emails. He sent me YouTube videos. Within about a week and a half, he said he loved me and he couldn't live without me. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but he was a very nice looking man and he seemed fairly articulate. He told me some things about his family. I told him about my family. So it seemed like we were really connected and we had developed a friendship. He wanted to take me to the Maldives. He wanted to make love to me on every beach and every mountain. He said he was very athletic. He had on his Tinder profile, he had pictures of him riding a bicycle in the Team Negroni charity bike race for women's cancer. I mean, this was the perfect man, athletic, hardworking, sweet, loving, sexy. It was like I had met my soulmate. He began to talk about his financial situation and the fact that he wanted his broker to contact me so that I could receive some money for him from his father's estate. You know, I felt like I fell in love with the guy. And then this whole thing worked up again. He set the hook again. The next time was, you know, we need to plan a life together and I'm going to send you some money to buy a house. You go and look and find a house that we can live in together. So there had been an explosion at his work site, his construction site in Turkey, and that he had been injured and that all his computers had been destroyed. That explained why he hadn't been contacting me as much as he had. And that he sent me a picture of him in the hospital with a hospital gown on. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to talk to my broker and fill out this ID me form. And I can send you some money. I had an accident at work and I was injured and I need you to buy some computers for me. And at that point, I knew that I had been scammed, that was not, that it wasn't real, and that was his intention all along. I became suspicious almost immediately, just because I'm a very doubtful person. I'm very cynical. I'm a paralegal and I do research for my living. So I always have to know all the facts behind something or why. And I know normally at my age, I've learned to trust my intuition. And my intuition was really yelling loud, do not trust this man. And so I immediately started doing research. He gave me his phone number, and I tried to search that on the internet. I couldn't find it anywhere. The only thing I could find was a phone number in North Carolina for someone with another name. He gave me his full name. He said it was Robert Bruno. Looked at his pictures thoroughly, and I noticed that he was in the Team Negroni Campari bike race, and I researched that thoroughly. And I saw him in some of the pictures, and I thought, there's no way a man like that would be doing this on the internet. Nothing was adding up. And the longer it went on, the more sort of hooked that I got. I'm not really sure why I fell for it, but I certainly did, sadly. I was on my way to work at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning. I was crying, and I said, I really don't know what to do about this. You won't tell me where you live. You won't tell me you won't give me any information that I can verify. But I love you. We both had said that we loved each other. I reached out to Social Catfish because there's no one out there that cares about what these men are doing to women. Some women lose all their savings. Their lives are crushed. Nobody cares about it. You can fill out a report with the FBI, but nobody researches it. It says right there on the website, you can fill out a report and we'll log it, but there's really nothing we can do about this.
After we received this video message from Yvonne, our search specialist Lenny got to work to find answers. She used the tools on our site, socialcatfish.com, to verify this mysterious man, Robert, and got results in minutes. If you're looking to verify your online lover, the first step would be to use the tools on our site. You can click the link in our bio and check them out. Just hitting like, comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you to use in the future. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
One of the things that I really want to talk about is that you fell in love with this photo. This is a man who's articulate, he's handsome. You saw him riding his bike, doing noble things in his life. So you think to yourself, I'm getting to know him. He's sharing with me. Right. And this is the kind of person that he is. And it brings you closer just by seeing what he does, because, of course, that's important to him, right?
Right.
So when it comes to any romance scam, the images that you see are very important in regard to him convincing you that he's real. Mm-hmm. And it's probably the most important because we are humans, we are visual. Mm-hmm. It's human nature. If a scammer can make you believe that they're the man or the woman in the photo, that's half the battle for them.
It just seems so odd that they know exactly what to do. Who helped them figure that out? Because it's probably not common knowledge. I wouldn't know how to endear someone to me,
They're experts, and they've been doing this for years. They work in networks. They share information. For example, if they have an image that works, they will share that image. This one worked for me.
Is this perpetrated by organized crime? How would you classify
It is a crime. Once it comes out of Nigeria or other countries, the international lines make it very difficult for typical people like you and me, or even a private investigator, to go and get these people. So that's why they're very successful. But yes, they're very good at what they do. It's very orchestrated and it's very well planned. It is a crime. So today, Yvonne, I just want to talk and I want to focus about images and image searches. If anyone is dating online, it's a life skill to run their images through reverse image search.
Mm-hmm.
On our site, we have an image search, and it's very easy to use. We pay for our information, so we feel like we have the most comprehensive one out there. And I want to share some tips on how to use it. In your case, Yvonne, the first thing I did was run the photos through our image search, and it had no results at first. So what does this mean when there's no results? What do any of these results mean? So when we get no results, and it sometimes happens, the victims think, I'm so glad. This means that these images are unique to me, and all's well. I'm not a scammer. It's not a scammer. All's well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not necessarily true. So we have to look deeper. Another hit that someone might get is an image with some other profiles, and they're usually dating profiles using different names on other dating sites. And so in this case, the victim might say, oh my gosh, someone is using Robert's photos in a scam, and I have to let him know, which is, your scammer was Robert. To which is certainly the person, when reported, to say, they have all kinds of excuses why that is. This is why I'm not on social media, because people steal my photos. I used to go by that name, but I had to change it because of my ex-wife, all kinds of excuses.
I didn't get to that part.
It sounds funny, but they are excuses that when someone has you romantically wound, you are willing and ready to believe those. And so at that point, sometimes people give up on an image search. So here are some steps that I want to share that I always do when I have images to identify. One of the things people need to know is that you have more than one image. You need to run them all. Mm-hmm. If they send you a picture of their dog, food, documents, passports, ID, run them all. Sometimes a non-facial image will show you that they're stolen from somewhere online, and at least that will help you navigate what you're trying to find out. In the first example, Yvonne, there were no matches, but it did hook me to another man that was not. Pages and pages of a different man that was not in the photo. That's discouraging if you're using an image search, because you really just want the right one. But when I found the one hit in the photos you shared, there were no matches, but then there was a hit. It only took one photo, the right photo, to open up this very extensive image search with 41 facial image matches of the guy in your photo. In these 41 hits, we find older photos, younger photos, and at the bottom of each, there is a website that you can click to go find that photo. I found him in this group photo with a lady with a green dress, and that's what I started with. So I went, and it's her blog. So I found her in the blog. I scrolled down. I found the image that showed up on the image search, but there was no name there. Okay. So I go back. I click another one of the links under these photos, and I'm also collecting photos along the way that I find. In case they give me nothing, then I still have new photos to try. There's one particular photo that I was excited about when I'm scrolling down the list. It's a picture of him with a background that says Campari on it. Mm-hmm. These kind of photos you often see in red carpet or other kind of events like that. So it causes you to wonder, what is Campari? So I simply do a Google search, and I'm able to find more about this company.
Yeah.
And by the way, I might want to mention here that a business type photo that looks like a business profile photo, it always has a really high probability that we can find a business profile featuring the real man and identify him. Real people are marketing themselves online. They're not hiding. So if you find a suit and tie with a professional background, you have a really high chance of verifying him with a business profile.
So there's a possibility that we could find out who this person really is. I mean, as far as the photo goes.
Right. We did find the real name of the man in this photo using these methods. Yeah.
That's amazing.
His name is David Karaki. All we had to do now, Yvonne, was to Google him. We find his LinkedIn account, we find his Instagram page, we find his Twitter. So as we scroll down here in the middle of the page, Google has this area that says More Images tab. Often this is a shortcut because when we click here, we can find other images that might tell us more about him. In this case, there's lots to learn about Mr. Karaki. He's a gay man, he's married, he's a podcaster, he's a marketing expert. This is what you find when you have a real person. It is now very full of proof for you. If anyone is dating online, they really should know how to do an image search. So the more you know, the more tools you have, the better chance you are to be safe online and to identify these scammers.
I can put all my doubts aside and I don't have to feel bad about being taken advantage of. It happens to the best of us, it looks like. So,
and they use your best qualities against you. They really do.
That's true. It's true.
Okay, well, thank you again, and I'm signing off.
Okay, nice to talk to you.
Have a good day, Yvonne.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of any of the scams below, please email us at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We'll get to the bottom of it with help from our Social Catfish team. By sharing your story with our YouTube audience, we can educate, spread awareness, and maybe someday we can put an end to these scams.